Client acquisition could be useful, I guess. Just like if you define the perfect avatar, it's like getting in front of them. Obviously, the sales script, I suppose, and then
Hmm.
the fulfillment side's obviously what we've just been going over. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. So client acquisition. So I mean, I can tell you the way I do it and what I focus on. Like with client acquisition, obviously, I've leaned a lot on like my brand to help me get tagged in multiple things. So for me, client acquisition isn't as aggressive on outreach. I mean, I'm likely to, as I set up my agency a lot more, it's likely that I probably will do a lot more outreach because I'm gonna basically spread my influence and have like a bunch of setter managers come in and help. Um, but yeah, I rely on massively on my content, and if anybody's posting on groups about like wanting a setter or a setter manager, I'm getting tagged in multiple different posts. Recently, over the last week, I've been tagged in like probably about three or four, and I've been connected in like two different Facebook chats with business owners. So it's, if anything, I get a lot of them coming to me. Um, One thing that can really help with client acquisition, if you want more inbound, it's relying a lot more on your assets and resources to help pre-sell the people that you're speaking with. So for me, I obviously have my YouTube channel. I pay someone $170 a month to get a load of Zoom clips and Zoom trainings, them to just clip everything up, do the thumbnails for me. And then whenever a business owner's like, oh, what is your stuff like? What do you do? I will send over, well, I want to make sure you at least align with my philosophy. Go through some of my Facebook posts and my YouTube channel. So I'll send those across, right? And typically what I'll do, I'll send like a quick 1 minute voice note summary. I find that when it's inbound, I think people appreciate a lot more of a voice note. If you do outbound, sometimes you can rub people the wrong way with a voice note because they're like, "Who are you? You don't even know me," like all that kind of stuff. So I'll typically send like a 1 minute voice note. And it'd be like, yeah. So essentially, what I do is I come in and help all things setters. If that's hiring, building systems, actually managing teams, like I'm your guy for that, right? Um, so yeah, I'll go through like the specifics as far as right, it depends on what you need. Like every business is different, so I want to make sure I'm catering to the right person. Please give me some context on where exactly your business is at so that I can make the best recommendation on what you may need. Right. So once I've sent all the resources, I've sent that introduction, they give me context. And then from there, if I notice that there needs to be a lot of specific details, I'll just hop on a call with the person. Right. And the thing is, I have no sales script or structure on these calls. The way I treat it is I'm looking for something to give them as far as value on that one call that will make them come back. Like I'm not looking to hard sell one call close. I'm looking for like a long-term relationship and I'm testing commitment with that client. How much of a problem is it? Like how much of it is a serious problem that they want to solve? What's the importance of it? So I definitely look into that when it comes to having these types of calls. Um, and then yeah, basically what I do is I leave it pretty open-minded. You know, I put in like an initial frame. Erin, you've seen some of the frames that I do on like triages and stuff like that. But I will basically just open up and say, hey, I mean, this call's all about you ultimately. Like, I want to make sure that you get what you need from this, whether it is we don't do or don't work together. I have plenty of connections that I'm sure I can point you in the right direction with, but help me understand more about what exactly you're looking for as far as the business, where everything's at, and then I can make some recommendations from what I would do. And then when they tell me everything, I want to find like one or two things that's like, I would suggest doing this. This would really help your team because I want them to take away something from the call they can actually go and implement. If it solves a problem or it works, then they'll come back to me, you know? So for me, I don't always look for like that one call commitment there and then. I look for something that they can go away with, solve a problem, come back, and then they just want more and more. And even like if it's a connection, like, okay, so that's like the set aside. Is there anything else you're looking to work on in the business? I've got connections in like operations, media buying, tech. Like, let me know specifically if there's anything else. Comes across that you're more detached. Like you're not looking to actively try and sell someone and hard sell them because you know that you're happy to help them in other ways that maybe you can't support with. And it looks good on you as well. Another thing, it builds authority because if you're well connected and have good connections, that builds your social capital and social authority. So there's those side of things as well.